Welcome back, Salty Gamers, to the 9th month of the GL Leia Rush account. We're on the 4th day of March, so let's get into it. Basically, the 5th of March reset. So I'm recording this at 11 PM, 4th of March.
I'm damned for what I do. I burn my life
More slightly
to make this
ahead of
sunrise
schedule in terms
that I know I'll never see.
So we're still farming signal data in here, firing on new relics as fast as we can. There's your basic stuff here, nice and simple. You can buy the signal data out of here for your ally points as well, and Chirotechs out of here. There's a reason I'm keeping the 100 Mark 9s, because they're going to be needed across this month for one of the characters we need to develop. In here we're basically just buying out the 100 currency stuff, unless we need to be top up of anything else as we're doing, but we're not really doing any purple gear right now, unless we're crunching it into salvage. In here we're just buying some of this gear down here, again building up that inventory of the lower end stuff. In here, the Galactic War Store, we're just focusing on getting some shard shop currency, and same in the Fleet Arena unless there's any particular characters that we need, like Fulcrum, we'll pick her up. And then guild events, again, it's all on sort of relic gear 12 plus stuff, and anything that we need a lot of. Nothing really jumping out at me right now, this is too expensive. So we're now on to the 26 shards left of Rolo, Rebel Officer Leia. So I'm moving away from using Mark 2 currency to pay for her, and I should be able to get her possibly this week with the Get 2, if not a wee top up next week with the Mark 2 guild currency. Might finish her off depending on how many shards I could get. If I get 2 runs at 1800, I think we should have just about enough to push that, and then possibly we might need to pay a couple of 1200 Mark 2s, and that should finish her haul, which leaves all the currency just to go all in on relics. In here for the Grand Arena store, we're solely focusing on Mark 7 Chirotechs. We need to punch these up as much as we can, because we need about 200 more. That's not including GL Leia. In here, the shard shop, we're looking at what we need in terms of relic stuff. So if we click here, we see 3 of our characters need it, so it's at least 40 each. So we go ahead and buy that, and we go ahead and buy multi-tools, and if we have the currency, we pay out the 720, so I'm going to use that more, because I think I've got enough of Lando. He needs 50 of these, and it will help him more than 4 of these at this stage, but we'll come back around to that. Just get currency, let's just grab some currency just now. Perfect, exactly enough. Let's just double check on Lando. It is. No, I've got 40 Syncross, so we don't need them. It is this that we need more of. So go ahead and pay for that. I've already spent all my paid currency this week.
I don't like powder.
So can't use anything there, and I'll just be firing it out there, which we'll get to in a second.
Rough and irritating.
So Galactic War, same idea, just
It gets everywhere.
you start it and then by the ship gets finished, grabbing that shard shot currency. Fleet challenges have not changed, so we're still just doing tier 1 of the training droids, but we've got a fair amount of them sitting, so we'll see there. We're only farming out Gear 12 Plus pieces out of there, so we don't need to touch that. Okay, so what have we got left? So February's goal was to grab Holobot, R2 and Lando. I switched Lando around with Leia because one of the pieces was the exact same. This injector cell as I think R2, so I didn't want to double up that and cause myself more headaches, so I switched them around. But we're going to have to change this about now, so we're out of February, we've got R2 up to relic levels. I'll push his relic levels as and when I can. So what we can do now is we can take them out, add in Captain Han. So this is going to be now March's goal, and this is going to be April's goal. So the reason I am switching it up a bit is just realistically I'm not going to have enough gear pieces for 3 relics then do rollable, so I'm going to split it 2 and 2. So the focus will be Captain Han and Lando, and then Bouch Leia and Naval Officer Leia, and that should give me enough time to get her stuff locked in, as well as our shards. We're ready just to take her straight to Gear 12 once the eyeballs come in, which will come in across the course of the week, Sunday, Monday and Thursday, so we should be fine then. And then Bouch Leia will get hers picked up. If I do finish the Lando and Captain Han early, then I'll start putting stuff, at least a Kyrotech piece, into Bouch Leia. So Bouch Leia needs 100 Kyrotechs, Mark 7s, so does Captain Han. He needs the same, and then they both need, then Rolo needs Mark 9s, so we've got 200 Kyrotechs in total for these two to lock in their piece, but Bouch Leia is in April because we need time to get our injector cells. So the plan is lock in Captain Han's relic Kyrotech piece, then lock in Bouch Leia's, and then Rolo's, and then that's the Kyrotech dealt with, then it's safe with Kyros. And then this should be finished hopefully this week. We've got 44 pieces here, 22 pieces here, some more of these have been a bugbear of mine, the med packs. Some days I just don't want to drop, and we're also needed over here. We need another 20 of these, which is great because we have to find normal energy, which means new Kyrotechs. So we're missing that, but we have all this, so we're not too far off locking the pieces in. I'm doing 3 refreshes on fleet each day. Just trying to fire out as many Mark 12s as we can. Oops, spent a wee bit too much crystals. Let's see if it helps so. Didn't quite get to 40, but we're close enough. So we should lock this piece in for the next day or so, and then next straight onto this. and then we come in here and we're just trying to get 100 Kyrotics plugged in before we switch it over to the other. This is how it's went. I've got 803 Fabricate data pads, which is great for bronzing wiring. Over 1,000 computers again, and over 1,000 the armor mods. But sadly we're getting very low numbers for Kyrotics, so that's 15 we need. So what I did do was I bought the 420 pack with my Grand Arena rewards, which helped push this up. So that's what I'll be doing in the future. Once we get Leia, and if we can get these legend tokens, we'll be able to start getting a wee bit more Kyrotics coming in. Not a lot, but a wee bit to keep the edge of it. So that's the plan with Lando. Not modding him yet. Not worried about mods as such. So he should be definitely done by within the week. Then it'll be on to Captain Han. This is where he needs that piece, so we can wait on that. We've got this bit locked, plugged in, and halfway there. We've got this data pad or HoloLens to lock in, so I'm not overly worried about the Kyrotics. We can sit there and wait because we've locked his in. But we need 100 of these, so it will take some time. It will be at least 2 weeks. This shouldn't be too bad. They shouldn't be too bad. Bearing in mind, we've also got raid rewards coming in, which will give us try to pick up 15 for 1200 currency to just bulk that up. And we've also got assault battles. No, sorry, not assault battles. Territory battles this week, and then by the end of the month as well. So how we're looking, what we're spending the rest of the currency on. I'm buying out low grey because I want to test out to see if low grey at year 10 or 11, maybe even 12, can help push with the Jedi assault battle, just to help get more Kyrotics coming in, to help the next relic levels come pushing through until we get Jedi. And even if we could just get challenge tier 1, I'll be happy with that.
Be within reach.
So I've tidied up the tabs here on the main roster, but before we do that, we'll jump into Journey Guide and have a look at the actual Leia requirements. That's what you're here for. So Leia is getting closer. We've got CLS up to R6, and what I'm doing here is keeping them there, so I know I need 4 times, I think it is, R7 mats, so I could calculate this up and make sure I have that taken up to the relevant relic level. As for in here, I'm slowly building up the CLS team first, and then today I'm going to plug in Captain Rex. Just firing him up to R3. Then we'll go back to farming signal data, taking up to R4, and then we'll do the same here. Captain Grogan, State Trooper, R2, and then we'll just keep plugging away until we get them up to R6. So if you look at the journey guide, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 R7s to do. So we come back to CLS. We've got 5 R7s, we need 50 Zimbido cards, 100 of these. We'll use them lower relic levels as well, so these will always be needed, and then all this stuff, but at least we know we need 50 Zimbido cards, which we're currently buying with our Mark III currency, because we've got the R8 materials, so we're buying as much of these as we can. And then once we get into R7, we need, I think, possibly another 20. So we need to again keep pushing more Zimbabwe cards. To take R2 up to R8, and then that will finish us off there. We should be about 2 million, just over 2 million by the time we're going for Leia. And I'm hoping we'll be ahead of target and start going for her in June, and hopefully have the ultimate by go for her in May and have her ultimate by June. That's the plan. Now that we're back on track here. Mod wise, we're working on appeal. So just slice the mods.
The assurance I give is this. I will act in my own self-interest.
Sometimes I'll double up and I'll
Involve your cooperation and benefit.
do a refresh just to get that extra slice on for the day, so that's more speed on appeal. That's what we like to see. 223. If you notice there, we're up at 69 million credits, so because we're not leveling any characters up, we've had assault battles of like the Jewel of the Fates, and we've also had Friendly Patrol, which is like 10 million each in the past month, and we've had a couple of credit heists, and then all your dailies and your other payouts that you get. We're sitting quite flush for credits, but it's still only 10 characters or 11 characters up to level 85. So it seems a lot, but when you think of it, it's 11 characters up to level 85. We're not as flush as we think. So I tidied up these tabs I touched on a few moments ago into farming gear, so we keep this here. Teams that we're currently using, assault battles that we need I want to complete in year 2. So after we finish Leia, as in GL Leia, this is the plan. So this isn't breaking down each individual farm, I'm just putting the teams that we need to build, which would mean that we need requirements to get those teams. So I'm going to go after the Revens, and the reason for that is we need a bit of dark side balance. So we want a Sith team. The Jedi team will work for Jedi Knight Luke. We need to bide our time until we get our bounty hunter ships to get the Millennium Falcon, to then get Jedi Knight Luke, because we'll have all the requirements in. Whilst we're doing this, we'll also be looking out CLS, or at least the requirements for Jedi Knight Luke first. So and also buying out Hermit Yoda and Wampa. So Jedi Knight Luke's not going to be a straight jump, because we've not been buying out those characters throughout the last year. If you're not rushing the account, if you're not rushing for GLD, I highly recommend getting Wampa pretty much before Bauschleia. Sorry, not Bauschleia, Rolo, and then get Rolo, then go back to Hermit Yoda, unless you've got a Jedi team up and running. But this is the team I'm going to run to begin with. If I get to pick up a Jedi Knight Cal Kestis at any point, I'll cycle one out, and hopefully this team should get me through challenge tiers in the Jedi Assault Battle and pick up where the Ewoks leave off. Then with Darth Revan, so we're going with this sort of team for the Sith Empire team, but we'll also have Vader and Thrawn, Vader and Palpatine that we could factor in here, just to bulk out the Sith, possibly build a Traya team, just to make this Traya's great, with Savage, even for 3v3 with Nihilus, and that we might add that team in as we go. We'll just have to see, we'll play the suit, but that team would work for the Sith Assault Battle. Then we'll cycle back around for Secrets and Shadows with the Great Mothers. To begin with, I'm going to keep them under Chirotech level. Take these guys up to gear 12, but keep the Morgan and Great Mothers at the low relic before Kairos. So we're okay here. I think the next level, gear 8 or gear 9, is where we stop off before the Kairos. I'll pause them there, but I'll star them up. They might, by the time we actually come round to this, be close, if not already, double drops. So speed that up, get them 7 stars, and we'll see what we could do before Kairos, how far we can push them on that assault battle, and then we'll push them up to relic levels and see, depending on, until we know how many relic levels we actually need to clear that assault battle with this team as an alternative to the original team. Because we're going to go Great Mothers and Morgan Elsbeth, we'll be as well going to Bale and Skull, one of the newer characters. This is playing into the thoughts that the new raid might go off the Ahsoka show, but because it's the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, we might have an Revenge of the Sith themed raid. It's a bit 50-50 because we've just done a prequels raid, so who knows. We've done prequels, we've done Mando verse, we've done the original saga, so we've not done anything on the sequels or Ahsoka. Ahsoka being the newest GL, who knows. So Balin's team works off mercenaries, so Marek's needed, Shinhati's needed, Canderous is needed for Darth Revan, therefore he's also a merc. We won't be able to put him in the Maul team yet, as in the Mandalorian Maul, so you'll get a home here. He doesn't fall under the new Zalbar team, that's under Karth, which will be built whilst we go after the 2 Revans. And Dash, we're not really splitting off to give Dash his full team yet, possibly. I'm not going after Starkiller at this stage, however it could be on the pipeline with 2 extra characters, which is Talon and Mara Jade, so we could build an Emperor Palpatine team, and we could build the Darth Traya team with Darth Talon, or slot Darth Talon into the Darth Revan team. That's a possibility that we can then pick up Starkiller in the second year also, just to bring up that Grand Arena. So we'll just play that to suit as well, just depending on how the chips are falling, especially with ships, and getting to the right loop. But ideally we want to be pushing towards Jabba as fast as we can to get the second GL on the board. But Dash will be needed for Profundity, or the Outrider, which is needed for Jabba, which is another ship to farm for that. Therefore we'll make use of him in this team until such time as we can move him into his own team. And it just saves an extra fan, and then we've got to use a new toy in Balin. And by then Balin's event will be open all the time by the time we get close to getting him. That'll be sort of the tail end of year 2 if we haven't already pushed straight into Jabba. So Jabba's ideally year 2, but it might push more into year 3 depending on how this farm goes. This could be the first 6 months, and then Jabba's into the next 6 months to the second year, some of which the relics could be done on Jabba, or even JML. If we're closer to JML, we'll pick up JML, which is Jedi Master Work, for those that aren't up with the terminology. We've also got to think, do we want to grab Profundity? We're not far off Profundity requirements. If we go into Journey Guide, we could instead, from going to Jabba, so if we just look here, we'll have Han, it's just some Hut Cartel. We can pick Jed after we get to the right look. He's really the cornerstone here. We've got all our things built up, we need Fennec Shand, and then the rest is some Tuskens which we're building up for the assault battle, Jawa, so we won't be too far off there, but we'll be closer to Jedi Master Luke, which just means some levels in Ben. When Wathman leads finish, we plan to finish their teams off anyway. R2 will be done. Han is easy enough to finish if we do all the CLS to get them fully relicked. The Wedge and Biggs will be our pilots anyway. Lando's done. Helmet Yoda will be done, and it's just Princess Leia. So chances are we won't go straight for Jabba. We'll get Jedi Knight Luke, and then we'll get Jedi Master Luke to finish that team off. Get another GL, and cycle back over to Jabba to get the trio. Just depending on how this goes. So when we look at profundity, it ties in nicely with this sort of farming path. Look at in Leia to get the main majority, getting the rebel fleet going from the get-go. We need to pick up the Outrider, which is needed for Jabba. We picked up the Mon Mothma team, so she just needs finished. We picked up the Adrad team with Cassian for reusing the ships, therefore they just need finished. I say they just need finished, it all depends if we could buy out with the crystals to get the R9 materials. However, on my main account, I'm absolutely pasting higher starred profundities with my lower starred executive, so that might be another path we go down to get a GL ship. If we're picking up 7-star bounty hunter ships anyway. But most of these are all pilots anyway, so we just need relic levels, and we're close to gear 12. If not already gear 12, so it's not too much of a jump. And if we look at the ships, we just need to finish out off Y-Wing, which is 9 shards, no bother at all, and then Outrider, which could take a few runs just to pick up, but we still need to get Dash, and that makes use of Dash, but Outriders needed anyway for Jabba, so it'll tie in this way. As for Luke, we need all of 1 per shards minus 20, but we should get bounty hunter events to help that. And these guys need to be relics, so it's 3PO and Chewie. Han's not needed here, so we don't need to focus too much on Han, so he could be left, and these are the next 2 on the CLS list, not need relic. Helmet Yoda's needed, they're saying tier 3, R3, and then Millennium Falcon, and these guys will be sorted, so we won't be far off. So we'll be sort of focusing on 1 per once we clear the relic levels, and then we'll be on to Helmet Yoda, but we also have to remember that we need to get the gear 12 pieces for GL Leia. So what do we need for Millennium Falcon to get there? We need to start focusing on bounty hunter ships. We could just go straight Razor Crest, Slave 1, which we've already got. We've got Hound's Tooth sorted, so that would be 1, 2 and 3, and then pick up another one, most likely IG-12s, or sorry, the IG-2000, just because that has got, I've not unlocked the road yet, but that's got an Inquisitor on it, so that could help for that assault battle. Even though the Tuscans would, or we go here and pick up a droid car with Sanity Blood. Probably, just thinking, spitball in there, probably do Sanity Blood, therefore making use of Cad Bane, which I believe he's needed on the Jabba. He's not needed, but he does help with the Hutt Cartel bounty hunters. He's needed for Cad Bane's needed for Obi-Wan, so either or, we'll figure that out as it comes. I'm checking it out, I think we only need 4 of them, so I'll just double check what we need. On that though, depending on if we pick up, if we go IG-2000, we have got, so if we go these 3 and go the original 4, that ticks off all the requirements for Executor, so we can potentially get Executor then into Profundity, because we could secure more crystals through Fleet that way. So that's probably the best option for us at this stage, is pick up the bounty hunter ships in the background, and then if we then change our Imperial Trooper team, relic out the bounty hunters, which Bosk is gear 12, Boba is gear 12, IG-88 is gear, but it's easy to farm out, Dengar is the same, and you just need to farm out. and the mercenaries, so they could be used under Balin. Vader is gear 12, not far off at all, and Kate needs found out, so it's not too much of a stretch to pick up Executor from where we are. Especially because we're getting bounty hunter ships. Again, spitballing here is probably the best course action, is pick up the bounty hunter ships, get Executor in the background whilst we finish off the other teams. So we'll see, that's year 2 anyway. So into guild events, we're doing territory battles, we're taking it Geo TB and trying to grab as many stars as possible. Here we're up at 156 million GP, sort of fluctuating. We've got 7 species left and we're at 156 mil, so we get some high accounts, that'd be great. So if you're looking for a guild, feel free to jump in. Here's the guild stats. So GOTB, we're hitting 11 stars, light side we're hitting 7, and battle for Naboo we're hitting the 2nd box, and our territory war we've not been beaten. We've been beaten twice according to Squiggle.gg, so we're doing well on that front. I've got these training droids that I missed earlier on today. Forest Moon, and we've got the Tuscan Assault Battle. Smugglers Run 2, this is why we want Java, because we're getting mods, we get all the slicing materials on top of the assault battles we're doing. So just going back to year 2, if we look at the assault battles, focus more on this. We've got Veer's Troopers, which ties in with with the Executor farm. We've got Peridia Patrol, which gives us more relic stuff, more Kairos, more everything, more credits. We've got the Great Secrets, which was discussed before, which is for the Secrets and Shadows. And then we've got the Tuscans, which works into Java, but then it also covers the Inquisitor Assault Battle. We should get Challenge Tier 1, run pretty much Relic 3. And then the Poncho Bros, which up to R7 you get loads of signal data, mod materials, credits, which is a good one. And they're not far off, they're slowly getting picked off just with the way that we're going. So if we focus on year 2 being this first, I think, let's just do nice year. So just slide this onto year 2. There we go. My thinking live on camera. Live on video. So this is how my thought processes happen. Just spitballing ideas. So I'm going to go up team builder, just do that. So if we firstly do that, then we grab the ships for Executor, we go fleets, obtain this Tron, grab these,
everywhere.
that works for Executor,
Surround just so
here,
it connects. Force is with me.
this sort of line up there. What we'll do is we'll pick up, take that away, Empire. Yep. So there we go. So that's the Executor requirements there, so we'll just go on. That's the ideal fleet, so this, we'll get this, get your clothes off that, That will give us 2 solid fleets, truck executor on defence, save Akbar for offence, and we should get a little bit more homes there. So that's our ship plan sorted. So there we go, that's where we're at with the ships. With the account, so Jedi Knight Luke, Executor, Revens with a bit of assault battles at the side, and we should be good to go. And then a raid team, because I will go for the raid team on this account because I won't be rushing anything. The raid team once it's announced, and get a proper raid team going to get extra rewards. So that's where this account is today. Let's finish off with a nice squad arena battle using CLS. So let me get rid of the and there we go. Perfect.
May the Force be with you.
Some Mark 9s, I would have loved to have Mark 7s there. So we need to defeat 10 enemies with mercenaries, easy peasy, and that gets us another 2,000 points. Yeah, we're up to date this month with all the contracts, all quests, episode track, we're setting up at 36, we should get up another up to 49, no, what was it, 39 we usually get up to. 39, 40, maybe about 41, something like that. So this week we should clear up to here, depending on the galactic challenges. We've got 3v3 Grand Arena, so we're back to this old slog. We're up at Carbonite 2 now. We got 5th place, so we got 250 crystals this month. That just yesterday, so that's we are there. A little bit of scavenging, so we're fine on this, and then bronze and wire. Let's just see what 800 of this gives us. 179. We'll leave ourselves a nice round 300. And then if we go to this one, 40 of these gives us 134, convert that, and then into here with this one, if we want to craft this, because we're not building any characters, we'll just fire that in, and then 45 of this, and then this is where the problem starts, is the conductors. We don't have any of this to spare, so we ignore that. Some Biddle cards, again, this is why we're using the Mark III currency, we ain't spending that. And the impulse detectors we don't even need to worry about, nor girder parts. So that's a wrap for that. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay solid.